I've spent $364,000 over the last 8 years to keep my family afloat. But the second I was the one bleeding out in an ER, my mother told me I was a nuisance and a burden because she had concert tickets. Hey dears, today I'm going to tell you how I fired my family and finally closed the bank. My name is Maya James, ND4, cardiology resident, and a single mama to 3-year-old twins. 2 months ago, I was literally fighting for my life in an ER, bleeding internally after a truck T-boned me. I'm lying there, vision blurring, trying to call the people who were supposed to be my ride or die. I wasn't asking for a kidney or a wire transfer. I just needed someone to watch my babies, Lily and Lucas, for as few hours so I wouldn't die on an operating table while they were home alone. And then my phone pings, a text in the family group chat from my own mother. "You've always been a nuisance and a burden. We have Taylor Swift tickets with Serena tonight. Figure it out yourself." The audacity, it was astronomical. I was laying there on a gurney and they were getting ready to shake it off at a concert. That's when I realized I was done being the family's low-maintenance daughter. I was the one bankrolling their entire lifestyle, and they treated me like a spam call. So from my hospital bed, I pulled the plug. I canceled every automatic transfer. The mortgage, gone. The insurance, canceled. The Serena fund, deleted. I thought cutting them off financially would be the end of it, but I didn't realize that when you stop being a burden and start being a threat to someone's luxury lifestyle, that's when the real war begins. See, in the James family, love had a ranking system, and I was always at the bottom of the leaderboard. My sister, Serena, had main character energy since the womb. She wanted to be a fashion mogul, so my parents treated her like she was the next Coco Chanel. And Eleanor said, "Chal, let me tell you about Serena. That girl couldn't sew a button on a shirt if her life depended on it, but she had Maya's mama and daddy acting like she was about to be the queen of Milan. They was out here flying to New York for fashion shows that was really just Serena hiring a basement in Queens. And who paid for the flight? Maya. Who paid for the hotel? Maya. They was living large on that girl's sweat and tears while calling her the practical one. Practical? That's code for the one we can use." I said, exactly. When I graduated from med school, an actual doctor, they were 2 hours late because Serena had a creative crisis. No flowers, no dinner, just a "congrats, honey," and a parking lot selfie before they rushed off to soothe Serena's ego. I told myself it was fine. I'm a doctor. I'm stable. But I didn't realize I was actually the one keeping the whole family from going into foreclosures. I was the secret engine keeping their world spinning. But once that engine stopped, well, let's just say the perfect James family started falling apart a lot faster than anyone expected. "It started 8 years ago. Just this once," my dad said. He needed help with the mortgage, $2,400. Then it became every month. Then it was health insurance. Then it was Serena's car. I kept a spreadsheet. I've got the receipts, y'all. Over 8 years, I sent them $364,000 while I was working 16-hour shifts and nursing twins by myself because they were too busy with Serena's career to help me. I was literally paying for the roof over their heads. Aunt Eleanor said, and don't forget, baby, they had the nerve to say Maya was confused about the money. Confused? The bank don't get confused. That money was hitting their account like clockwork while they was out here gatekeeping their love. They treated Maya like a human ATM that didn't need no maintenance. But honey, even an ATM runs out of cash eventually. They thought I'd just keep quiet and keep paying. They forgot one thing. I'm a doctor. I'm trained to find the rot and cut it out. And I was about to perform the biggest surgery of my life on my own family. The night of the accident, I was done. Marcus, a doctor I work with, saw the text from my mom. He saw Serena's laughing emoji reply. He looked at me and said, "Maya, these people aren't your family. They're your employees." I spent 5 days in the hospital. My parents ghosted me. Serena, not even a DM. On day 3, I pulled out my laptop. I didn't cry. I just clicked cancel on every recurring payment. I blocked their numbers. No drama, just facts. Aunt Eleanor said, "When I heard they was at that Taylor Swift concert while Maya was in surgery, I nearly lost my sanctified mind." I called Grandpa Thomas. Now, Grandpa don't play. He's a retired judge. He likes evidence and he likes order. I told him, "Thomas, your son is out here acting a fool, living off his daughter and calling her a burden." Grandpa just said, "Bring me the folder, Eleanor. We go into court." My parents were busy picked out their outfits for a birthday party. They had no idea they weren't going to a celebration. They were walking straight into a sentencing. 2 weeks later was Grandpa Thomas's 70th birthday. The whole clan was there. My parents were already there, gaslighting everyone, telling the aunts and cousins that I'd lost it after the accident. I walked in, and Serena tried to air kiss me like we were besties. "Oh, Maya, so glad you're over your little fender bender." I just looked at her. I had internal bleeding, Serena. I almost died. She just shrugged. "Well, you look fine now. Don't be so dramatic." Then Grandpa Thomas stood up. The room went cold. He didn't give a speech. He held up my manila folder. Aunt Eleanor said, Grandpa stood there like he was back on the bench. He looked at Maya's daddy and said, "Richard, who pays your mortgage?" Richard tried to lie. He was moving mad, looking all over the room. Grandpa read the numbers. $230,000 for the house, $76,000 for insurance. He told the whole family that their successful lifestyle was actually just Maya's paycheck. The room was silent. You could hear a pin drop. Then Grandpa pulled out his phone and read my mom's nuisance and burden text aloud. The gusts were louder than the string quartet. My mom started crying, that fake "I'm the victim" cry, but nobody was buying it. I stood up and told them, "I'm not a bank, and I'm definitely not a burden. I'm the reason you have a front door to walk through. But as of today, the bank is closed." You'd think being exposed in front of 40 people would be enough to make them apologize. But what my father said next, it proved that some people would rather lose their daughter than lose their pride. They left that party with their heads down. No one stopped them. No one offered them a ride. Serena's main character status was officially revoked. Now, my phone is blowing up with apologies from cousins who realized they'd been lied to for years. My parents tried to call from a different number, talking about family sticks together. I just told them, family shows up to the hospital. Landlords call about the rent. Which one are you? Aunt Eleanor said, Maya's out here living her best life now. No more stressing about Serena's vision. She's got her peace, she's got her babies, and she's got her coins. If your family is treating you like a burden while they're eating off your plate, honey, it's time to flip the table. I'm Maya James. I'm a doctor, a mother, and I'm finally off the clock for people who didn't care if I woke up from surgery. If you've been the practical one for too long, take this as your sign. Stop paying for a seat at a table where they don't even like you. Because at the end of the day, you can't fix people who pretend they aren't broken, but you can stop being the one who pays for the repairs. That brings us to the end of today's story. I hope you found a valuable lesson in it. If it added something meaningful to your life, we'd love to have you as part of our social family.